Alright, looks like we're live. Awesome, awesome. Go away, browser tab. Hello, OBS, and we're here. We're good to go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Outward. Night or Jim. I'm gonna delete Jim. I'm pretty certain I don't need Jim. It was a test one to adjust audio. We'll see if today Streamlabs decides to work. Trying a couple things out. Okay, so let's see. Last we left off. Hold up. Why are you like this? That's just wrong. There. Was it like that the entire time? On Monday? The screen was just like cut off on that side. That was very weird. Whoops. I just noticed that because I was in the menu and looked over there and saw it was like completely messed up. Usually that window is much smaller, but I was adjusting a few things and yeah. So anyway, where we left off, we've got some food. We did learn how to make jerky. We got this mining pick, which will be nice, but I really need a better bag, and I don't know how to make a better bag, and I don't want anybody to tell me how to make a better bag. I kind of want to try it through experimentation. How much money do I have? Not much, I don't think. 31. I think that's enough to kind of do something.
Is there something you need?
I think I traded with him last time. He does not have anything for me.
Hey there.
Ooh. I feel like linen cloth is only a good thing to have. Okay, so I got bandages, cloth knuckles, improvised bedroll, primitive satchel, travel ration. I don't have a recipe for 4 cloth things, I don't think. 4 linen. So I think we do a manual crafting recipe and we put 4 linen in here. Because I've got something for 2, I've got something for 3, don't have anything for 4. I did nothing. Okay. So that'll give me hand wraps, which I don't want. Do I know anything with 1 linen? No. Okay, didn't think so. Does linen and I don't know, salt? No. Okay. About 3 linen and a hide. No. I think 2 linen and a hide is something. What's 2 linen and 2 hide? Nothing. Okay. There's definitely a combination with linen. I feel like I gotta be able to make more than what I'm able to make right now. That's just my personal thought. I don't really want to go out at night. That seems like a bad idea. I did just kind of get back from a journey. I want the mining pick for ore. Can I sell these mushrooms? I have like no use for mushrooms right now. I cannot sell mushrooms to her. Okay. I'm pretty certain a cauldron or cooking pot. Preparation of recipes with more than one ingredient to be used in a lit campfire. Maybe I should experiment with cooking a bit. Although I have with my house already, so that's not really going to do anything that I don't already know. Like, I don't think I've done anything with the mushroom. Campfires somewhere around here. Hello. And then bag, deploy. Okay, it's Y to deploy. The buttons feel a little weird in the menus because it was Y to do everything, like interact, and I prefer A to be interact, but then in the menus, it'll be like, press A to tell the game you want to deploy it. Then in-game, once you have the location, press Y to deploy it. It's like, shouldn't it be A? Maybe it was, and then I switched it and I messed it up, but I don't know. A little weird. So I don't think I've figured out anything about these mushrooms. What is that? Gravel beetle. Found in mineral ores. Okay. Soothing tea is seaweed. That's easy enough. And that cures cold. This does indigestion. Meat stew. Meat and vegetable. Jerky, meat and meat. Ochre spiced beetle. Lives in plants, used in advanced recipes. Protects from cold. Cures infections too. Well, mushroom plus water. Food waste. Mushroom. Grilled mushroom. Crumbling fungus that barely provides any nutrition. Mushroom. And other mushroom. Food waste. Well, grilled mushroom, and then grilled mushroom. Food waste. Grilled mushroom and salt. Food waste. Got it. I'd rather experiment and get food waste than not know how to make anything. Menu, do not use. Then drop. Okay, perfect. Food waste goes right there. And then we'll drink the water, empty the water, and we'll make some more salt. Let's see, use cooking pot. Cool. 5 salt, 5 clean water. I'm happy with that. I guess we're going back up to the lighthouse to sleep tonight. And I guess we'll do some repair on the gear. Oh, I really can't see anything right now. There's all that food waste I left out. See, inside my own house, it's lit up okay. Outside, though, not so much. This game has a charm to it that I really appreciate. I have 14 linen. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. I have another 3 here. $17 linen. There's gotta be crafting combinations. What's interesting is you can't use anything for the bedroll. You can't do anything. Yeah, you don't really have a lot. Mana Stone, you know what? Mana Stones can chill. I also don't need 17 linen. How about 10? That seems like a good number. Mana Stone. Thick oil probably don't need on me. Are simple shoes better than worker boots? I think they're about the same, honestly. Sleepy, what's going on? So tired he played Vintage Story all night. Nice. I woke up really early and just didn't really get much sleep. So yeah, I tried to take like a little half an hour nap before stream, and that seemed to help a little bit. Plus, I'm finally taking caffeine. I didn't want to take caffeine when I got up. I think I got like 4.5 hours of sleep or something. So yeah, and then I got up and I was like, do I really get up? And then before I knew it, it was like 10 a.m. and I'm like, oh, okay. I was planning D&D stuff. So I woke up at like, I had an alarm because I had to get up early today for something and then didn't end up having to do that. But I had an alarm set for like 7:30 or something in the morning. But my body was just like, hey, you went to bed at 2:30. How would you like to get up at 6:45? And I'm like, oh, all right. I would like the extra sleep, but apparently not. So then at 6:45, I was trying to plan my day, found out the stuff got canceled and didn't have to do what I had to do. So I was like, I should just go back to sleep. And then I was planning D&D stuff, and next thing I know, like I said, it was like 10 o'clock. I didn't even do that much. I was just like drawing on our map that we're going to use. We have a battle map. Hopefully we'll do battle tonight. Should do battle tonight. We only have like 2 more sessions to go, and I want to have combat in both of them. I don't think it's gonna be too much. I had one encounter set up where it was going to be quite a bit of combat, but there was like an ally for the party that was supposed to like really sweep. Like it was basically phase 2 of the fight. Phase 1 was like, oh yeah, like, oh wait, I didn't grab the cooking pot. I should probably get that. Phase 1 was like they had to battle one of the things, and then phase 2 was I give them a really overpowered ally, and then they have to fight 2 of the things, but the ally should take at least one of them. Like on his own, easily, and then everybody, the party and the enemies, just started rolling like extremely low numbers. Like, I think the thing I gave them had like a plus 10 to hit or something, but I was rolling like 2s and 3s. So, and the enemy had an AC. It had a rather high AC of like 18. It was either 17 or 18, I don't remember now. I was like, okay, so I need like a 7. This should be fine. And then, no, like, 2s and 3s. Woe to be upon ye. It was quite fun. So I'm hoping that this next encounter will be a lot more fun. And they were rolling the same thing. Like, I made the AC pretty high. They're lower level adventurers, but we just kind of did random stats. I didn't really care. I was like, look, it's a short campaign. Let's just roll some d20s and see what you guys get. And then when it felt like pretty close, I let them distribute the numbers however they wanted. So if they rolled like an 18, I'm like, you can put that in a stat, I don't care. But if they rolled like too many high numbers or too many low numbers, I'm like, oh, okay, let's get a more reasonable number. And a pop-up. That was loud. Hey, Streamlabs is working. Thermal, thank you for subscribing. If you're subscribing and watching the stream. That's the thing about this. That was very loud. I gotta adjust that. Can I make that not loud? Alerts master volume. How about 50%? That seems better. I've mentioned this before for anybody who's watching on YouTube. When people subscribe, it is in my entire channel. It doesn't have to be when you watch my stream. If you watch one of my videos and you subscribe, there's a pop-up for it. So you don't even have to be watching live. You can watch it anytime. If I'm streaming, I will get an alert when I'm live. Like that's like that person might be watching one of my Subnautica videos, not watching the stream at all, and then I get a pop-up. And for that reason, I'm debating on not even having YouTube pop-ups for subscribers, because it's just, like, it's a lot. But I don't want to not include YouTube. Never let the dice know you're confident it'll get offended. That's true, Sleepy. That is very true. But tonight's gonna be fun, I think, because I'm gonna give them essentially 2 different combat encounters. They have kind of a choice. They won't know it's a choice, but I'm gonna have to put on my best voice acting show. Let's see if I remember how to do combat. That's a lantern. Don't want that. What are we doing? Why am I putting the sword away? There we go. I could just block, I think. That doesn't do any damage when I block, even though I don't have a shield. I'll say what I was gonna say in just a second. And poke you. Ow. Okay. Yeah, that was me being greedy. Shouldn't have done that. But easy enough. I can like make campfires and stuff, and I think I've got jerky on me. It's in the bag. Yeah. So I gotta do some voice acting tonight. I'm gonna have one of the NPCs is like a mad character, so he's gonna be a little bit crazy, and he's gonna give them some information that's a little wild, and whatever, depending on how they react to the information, we'll see what kind of combat encounters they get. I have 2 separate ones planned, which I think is very fun. Predator bones. I don't need the lantern. A little bit of everything. That's nice. Improvised bedroll I don't need, though. I need to learn how to make a better bedroll, like a tent and a bunch of other things. I have a ton of linen back at home, but I don't have a good way to carry anything right now. Is there just one hyena in the den? Really? It's not much of a den if there's only one creature in it. But yeah, very, very excited. Hopefully everything goes well. We do the combat encounter and then we'll stop. And then next time will be the last session, hopefully. Because around June, there's some things, like, kind of crazy things happening to everybody. Like, I'm not gonna really be too busy, but, like, a bunch of people, like, my old job that I used to work at, where two of them are actually still working. One is, like, in the interview process of a different job in Chicago, which is nowhere near me. And, is on, like, step 3 of that. And then another one has been wanting to leave, like, ever since I left, just hasn't found the opportunity. But, you know, at any day might just be like, I don't want to work here anymore. But kind of has, like, bills and responsibilities, and who knows what's going to happen, because if the person who's got the interview actually ends up getting the job, that'll be pretty cool, but they're roommates, so then he won't have a roomie, and it'll be more expensive for him, and who knows what happens from there. Pearl bird nest. I don't want to loot that. Ooh, ore. Yes, rich iron. 3 iron scrap. I'm gonna get slow. More hyenas. What is this? This is greasy fern. I think I've run into that before. Don't know what it's for. Do I try stealth? Thankfully, June will hopefully be pretty uneventful for you. I hope so, or hope in any way that it is as eventful as you want it to be. That all your events go well. So anyway, yeah, that's why we kind of want this to end, is because it was supposed to be a small session to see if everybody that was playing would actually like D&D, because most of them were pretty new to it. It was a chance for us to socialize, because we haven't really hung out too much since I left that job. And then, you know, it was just a good time to have, but, you know, don't want to lock anybody in it. And once things settle down again, we'll see if we want to do a longer campaign. But yes, I hope you do not have too much eventfulness that happens. I didn't mean to brush off your comment. I got distracted, veered off from what my original, like, why I even brought up the fact that June can't be busy. I just, like, lost, like, or, like, why I wanted to end the session. I was like, oh, because we got stuff in June, kind of. I guess I could have left it there, but I always like to keep talking. So, your comment jogged my memory about, oh, right, I never actually finished my, like, explanation. I just said people are having things happen, and didn't really fully explain that we're hoping for an end deadline sometime in June. Are they enjoying D&D? Yes, they are. One had played online with, like, Tabletop Simulator. That's how I play most of my D&D sessions. I've been in technically 3 campaigns, but 2 real campaigns. One has been going on for 4 years and is hopefully ending soon. Not because I really, like, don't want to play D&D anymore or don't like anybody there, but because it's been going for 4 years on Thursday nights. It would be nice to, you know, kind of have some time off for several months and get some Thursdays back. And allow me to do, like, other things. It's not like I'm incredibly busy, but it would be nice to have more than just D&D. Because I have it Saturday nights, Thursday nights, Wednesday nights. And then when I'm not doing that, I've got streaming 3 days a week, and then I've got all the video recording and editing. Yesterday was like the first day where I was like, I'm just not doing anything today. Like, I started my next Vintage Story challenge. I played for about a half an hour before I was like, yeah, okay, nothing's broken. Like, the mods are working okay. And then was like, great. Now I'm gonna go play something else. It's not that I'm burnt out on Vintage Story, but, I just, like, I spent all of Sunday, the entirety of Sunday, editing the Ocean Challenge. That wasn't even started. And then I edited the whole thing on Sunday. Got it done, got it voiced, got it put together, had it rendered, had to re-render it Monday, then also had to make the thumbnail Monday. While also streaming Monday. So it was a very busy Monday for me too. Loopy, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Was it really every single Thursday and not people being too busy for like 2 months? We have been pretty consistent with the Thursdays, but like, I'm not gonna say we're super consistent, because it's not like, oh yes, every Thursday, no problem. It's, you know, one of the DM of the campaign, he struggles a bit with like chronic depression stuff, and so like there are just some days that aren't good for him, and he's been down. There was a period recently where he was down for 2 sessions. It was bothering him for like over a week. You know, that's fine. We had the holidays, of course, so around like Christmas time, I get extremely busy where I'm gone like every weekend and stuff, but usually Thursdays I'm fine. So like, it's not that we didn't miss sessions, but we really tried to be on them, and we didn't like not meet for 2 months. Only around the Christmases, really. Because that's when, like, I'd be like, yeah, guys, I'm traveling for the 3rd week in a row. Or Christmas is on a Thursday. We're not playing D&D. Like, you know, that type of stuff. Also, Loopy, you like the ocean video. Thank you. I tried with that. I thought it was not bad. I wasn't confident that that was going to be as good as I wanted it to be. Not because of, like, quality or anything. It just, like, the challenge itself was sitting around waiting for flax to grow. You know? So I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe this will be good. But I think it turned out pretty good. I think people liked it, so I'm not sad by it at all. Ooh, I have 10 hides? Oh my god. I don't think I need 10 of these. Maybe like 3, and I can get more. Gotta figure out the stuff with... I gotta figure out the stuff with this. I want to figure out if there's something I could do with the bones and the iron scrap that's not just like arrows and stuff. Does she sell anything that I care about? Hell yeah, what's going on? I think the content was great. I like watching anything a vintage story that's not 20 billion part playthrough. Yeah, that's a thing. I've noticed on YouTube over the last few years that if you are gonna play, like, if you want to do like a playthrough, like a let's play, they don't do well unless you are a big YouTuber. Because the it just doesn't. I see in my feeds all the time. I pay a lot of attention to like YouTube's recommendations and stuff because it obviously affects me. And I've been noticing like in my feeds, I'll get pop-up videos of somebody who's like episode 3 of this game. And I'm like, I like this game, and you know, it's not that I don't want to support this person, but I don't really want to get into like an episodic series. And it'll be like, yeah, posted 1 day ago, 3 views, and I'm like, I feel really bad for you, and I could help with the extra view or whatever, but nothing is going. If your video's been out there for a day and you have 3 views, nothing is going to change that. Me watching is not going to change that. So yeah, I feel like at some point it's just like, well, there's not really a point to go and watch it. Even if this person's cool, there's just like, you're not gonna get anything out of it really. I'm not saying as a viewer, but as a content creator, that's a huge thing that I had to like learn. I made a ton of Let's Play videos that I have since removed from my channel, but I used to do, like, one of my favorite games was like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, 1 or 2, doesn't really matter. I love KOTOR. KOTOR 2, I did an entire playthrough as a Sith Marauder. It got like, each video got like 100 views. And the Red Plague series that I did where I played through, those don't do very well either. People just aren't into episodic content as much. That is like a thing that I've noticed. A trend anyway. People actually like things now. Watching playthroughs when we're like one big long form content is in, and I'm not just saying that. There's been a ton of different YouTube videos I've watched to try to get like, here's what you should do to have a successful channel and stuff. Long form content is in, and there's part of me that wants to make like a 4-hour long vintage story video where it would be like, you know, whatever, most of the ocean challenge or something, you know, the important parts where I'm not just sitting there waiting for the winter to pass. But like, I don't have good commentary when I'm playing through it myself. A lot of times I'm watching a YouTube video. I'm not like, oh, hyenas, okay, hello. I'm not exactly paying attention to the game, or like Vintage Stories specifically is a game where I'll like, hey, I guess I'm gonna fold my laundry because I gotta wait overnight. Like I don't optimize that thing at all. I just play. I could have probably made more progress on the ocean challenge had I actually sailed. The pop-up really got me there for a second. Wasn't sure what that sound was. Thanks for the subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. But yeah, I could have probably been a little bit more optimized and maybe found more flax, but like that would have required me, because of the time I had wasted overnight, you know, just doing random things. That would have required me to sail to like other islands that weren't super far away. I know that there was a section of islands I didn't go to that I probably should have. But like, I don't know, I explored like 4 or 5 different islands before that, so I don't know if the one more would have done anything. So at that point, I was just like, well, it's winter. I guess I'll just kind of sit through this, and, you know, that'll be good enough. I can use that time in real life to do something, like work on a thumbnail or something. Edit something else, or go do chores. But long-form content is in. It really is. Because a lot of people like to just have that stuff in the background, like me. I love to have long-form content playing when I'm doing stuff, because I don't generally need to pay attention to it. It's in the same vein as streaming, but streaming, you know, is more live. Am I going back to town? I am. I don't want to go back to town. Streaming is more live, and people don't always like the interactions with, like the pop-ups and notifications and stuff. Also, speaking of which, I gotta turn that down. Back to settings real quick. Alert volume, how about 30%? There's a lot of fun things I need to investigate with Streamlabs. I also think that if a playthrough is cut well, it could probably work, but if it's just one-to-one me playing in real time, it's a hard sell. It is. Hour-long video, then several smaller ones is preferred. Sleepy says yes. For me, as a watcher of things, it just depends on what the length of video I prefer to watch I'm doing besides. Sometimes short videos are great, sometimes long videos are great. Yeah, the long form content of, like, so it's technically long form if it's, well, I don't know if it's technically, there's not really a definition, but I think most people consider something long form if it's like 30 to 60 minutes, and then if it's past that, it's called like ultra long form, where people have something for anywhere from 1 to 4 hours typically. You could have 8-hour things too. I'm hoping that, like, with my streams, people enjoy the VODs that I have on YouTube. I don't get, like, tons of views, especially not on this game, because this game doesn't really have viewership, which is kind of crazy. It's a cool game, but it came out in 2019, and I think people are more excited for Outward 2, which was apparently, I believe, yesterday supposed to have some sort of announcement. But when I booted up Twitch today, it was like, yeah, Outward has 2 viewers on Twitch. And I'm like, wow, okay. You guys are more viewership than the entirety of Twitch. There's another subscribe. Sigurd700, thank you for the subscribe. In the morning, I like to watch 20-minute videos, drinking coffee, waking up. Sometimes in the evening, lean back with an hour-long video. The difference between 25 minutes and 30 minutes is like an hour. For me, it doesn't really matter. If it's 20 to like 40, it's pretty good. Once you break 40, I'm like, that's an hour. My brain just goes, that's an hour. But yeah, I've been considering making long-form content, but that's sort of why I'm doing the VODs as they are. It's not commentary on the adventure, but, like, myself, one of the YouTubers I watch plays Ark Survival Evolved, and he does a lot of PvP stuff. And I don't exactly love him as a content creator, but he is very skilled at what he does, and he is good at the game, so like that's naturally appealing just to see what he does, because I don't know anything about Ark PvP, and when I did play, I got my butt handed to me so many times. So it is cool to watch him be like good. He's one of the best of them out there, probably. And so like I throw his stuff on, kind of just drown him out until he gets to like the PvP parts, but he has some sort of commentary about like this is what he's gonna go do, and like this is his strategy for going into these bases and stuff like that, and I like hearing that. but I'm not necessarily watching. I'm just listening to him. And then when he starts talking about like, oh, there's a guy, then it's like, okay, now I'm looking. Now I'm watching. But he plays Ark for like a week or a month or whatever for a long period of time, and then makes like anywhere from like a 1 to 4 hour video on his experiences, depending on how long he ends up playing that specific window of time. It's like, well, maybe I could do something like that, but also not maybe, well, definitely not Ark. I'm not that good at the game, but you know, it, like, I've thought about like, well, if he can do that type of stuff, maybe I can. But I feel like Vintage Story is a different game. You don't really talk about what you're gonna plan to do in Vintage Story. You just, it's such a slow grind. I am not caring about my overall health. It's such a slow grind that I don't really think that type of commentary would work very well. Especially for these challenge runs where, like, I don't really have a plan. My needs just kind of happen. So, like, the Arctic one being the first challenge that I did, I didn't know what I was even getting into. So for me, it's like, well, I guess I'm out of food. So I guess I'm going to go hunting. And we'll see how long that takes, because I might find a polar bear immediately. I might die to the polar bear. I might find something else. Who knows? I'm very slow. I'm the one person in the category, so I am everybody that's watching. Well, then, interesting. The 2 views or whatever. That's funny. I don't know how I had 2 views before I started, if it really is just me. I'm assuming this is alchemy or magic. Probably magic. Which I do not know. We gotta get over here to the Magic Mountain. They said this is where one of, like, the ley lines of magic is. And not that I really want to get into magic, because I kind of want to be an archer more than I want to be into magic. But, I do want to, like, go there and unlock it as a potential thing. If I get, like, fire arrows or something as a spell, then I'll learn that. I'm A-okay with that. Who knows if magic's gonna play that role or not. Which of the challenges was most challenging? It's a good question, honestly. The hardest one, just in terms of pure difficulty, was the night challenge. There's kind of no question about that. I died so many times in that one. Not being able to see anything for 90% of your playthrough, except by torchlight or by trader light, is definitely... Why didn't I roll? Hello? Oh, right. Crouch is also bound to that. I had some spare arrows, so I figured I'd use them on him. Yeah, take all. That's good. And as for this thing, I don't think I'm ever going to use it, so we're just going to scrap it. But the night challenge was definitely the most difficult because of the just constant attacks and never being safe ever. It just, like, you don't really think about it too much until, like, you realize that there is no point to sleeping because there's never day. There's no point to anything, really. Like, you have to try to grow crops, and you're gonna do that by torchlight or lantern light. It's just weird. It's the most not vintage story, because most of vintage story is like learning like the balance of the game. If you go into a cave, what things you can expect, how to fight bears. There are no bears except for the very first few days where they spawn, because after that they despawn because there's no light. There's basically no animals except for the raccoons that came to try to eat my berries, because they were in my torchlight that I had, so they never despawned. But then I eventually had to eat them because I was running low on food. Like, a year or two of that world would involve making a ton of lanterns, lighting it up by a lot, and hoping that more creatures would spawn. But that involves mining, and, you know, it's really hard to go prospecting when you're being shot in the butt every 60 seconds. And, you don't find surface nodes of any ore unless you step on it, basically, because you can't see it from a distance. You never find ore in the mountains. Like, I think at the end of that one, I said there was clay right next to my house, and I had been running, like, you know, whatever, probably 300 blocks to go get red clay. Not too far, but annoying when everything's trying to kill you. There was clay right next to my house. Never even knew. Never saw it the entire playthrough, because I couldn't. It was only at the end when I decided to light up the area and show people, like, yeah, this is the terrain I was dealing with, that I didn't get to see the entire time I was playing, that I noticed I had clay. Literally, I had it too. I dug a tunnel as like a quick way to get through an area, and the clay was like literally the ceiling block of my tunnel at one of the exits. So if I had just looked up when I was holding my lantern or torch, I would have seen it, but I never did. So I never noticed. The berry bush thing for the cuttings and all that, you can just, like, the thing I hate about the berry bush change is not honestly any of the stuff about like the soil nutrients. Like, that isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I never really want to maintain them still, but that's not terrible. Turnip, not turnip, turnip. Okay, I guess I will have a turnip. I gotta also adjust the audio. I think music's a bit loud. Let's try that. The cuttings aren't so bad in that regard. What sucks about the cuttings is how long they take to propagate. You plant a cutting, and then even when it's set to 6 to 8 months, my cuttings wouldn't, like, grow up for like 30 days. They wouldn't mature. Then, after they mature, they go through flowering, they go through ripening, a new stage, and then they get into ripe berries. Like, they added a stage on top of that. So you have a 30-day growth period, and you have a ripening period that didn't exist before. It used to just flower and then be berries. Which, I don't mind the ripen thing, but it feels like they really need to adjust the times on that. Like, I'm playing with 6 to 8 months. I know it's a cutting of a plant. Maybe it takes 2 months, but with 6 to 8 months, it taking 5 months to grow up, it didn't grow up in time before fall. It certainly didn't give me any fruit before winter at that rate. Like, it was just really not great. If I was doing that challenge again, like the dark challenge with 1.22 berry system, I would just write off having berries for that year. I would just focus on crops. Fruit is not an option, because it really just isn't. And if you're not going to get berries from your berry bushes that you're taking cuttings of within your first year, then you might as well just work on fruit trees instead.
How can I help you?
This is a drop that once I go down, I can't come back up. So the blue, whatever people, the Blue Chamber Collective, whatever he just called themselves, they maintain this route, but they don't really because there's enemies along the route. What if I, like, don't go this way? What if I find, like, I think there's multiple different entrances, each one being occupied by a different group. So what if I find a different entrance? Also, wonder how I can make bread. Dry mushroom bar, restores a bit of health. I don't need health. Turnip. You know, I realized chat is like really, really low. What if I like shrink this down and bring you guys up? I'm still working on that since I can't test it. I just like have to adjust it over time. I would actually prefer that it goes the other way, that recent's at the top and then it pushes off the bottom, but that's just not how it works. But anyway, reading chat. Yeah, imagine having to take cuttings of berry bushes in the night challenge. Don't really like new berries. I don't hate the changes, but then again, we play on the old world, so we have the old bushes. God forbid you want a bush a little closer to your base. Yeah, so, like, that's kind of my issue with it, is, like, I miss that we can't move the berries closer to us. That berry bushes now basically disintegrate the moment they take any form of damage. If a block is destroyed and they're in that block, like that soil block, they're just gone. Like, I hate that. I really do, because that doesn't make any sense. You can dig up berry bushes just fine, especially your more wild berries that have, like, huge vines and don't need, like, any maintenance. Like blackberries and stuff, you should just, those things you can rip out of the ground and they'll still try to produce fruit. These bandits. Better preserve my stamina. Yeah, if I can lock on, that means it's a bandit. I don't care if I get hit right now. Bread. We'll take the bandit's bread, and we'll take well, I guess we're taking all of it. That's fine with me. I don't care about his machete. It's just going to give me metal scraps. I mean, they don't, like, disappear, they drop plant scrap, which can be turned into compost, and you get the berries that were on it if that was the case, but that plant is gone forever because it turns into plant scrap. Ooh, ow, that guy hurt a lot, and I dropped my pack, although I think they're gonna keep me somewhere nearby and bring the pack to me. Yeah, that kind of happened to me, Sleepy. It wasn't a good trait, but, like, I like terrain stability. I did not read what this thing said. Somebody saved me. Or whatever. Left me alone. What's my status? Food, drink. Need to sleep. Pain. Very hungry, very thirsty. Well, I can handle that. We eat this old bread, that'll help. We can eat maybe some of the jerky. I think it actually moved me... Oh no, it didn't move me up the mountain, it moved me to here, which is fine. Should probably sleep. It's gonna be dawn anyway because of the attack, so I should probably go into... I guess I could just sleep here. Doesn't really matter too much. Bedroll, where are you? Chance of ambush, 40%. All this talking makes me want to play Vintage Story. Let's have another jerky. I'm still hungry. Eat more jerky. Eat bread. There we go. It finally went away. It was a lot of food. Yeah, the berry changes I wasn't a huge fan of. The ocean challenge, the only thing from the ocean challenge was that I learned that they will grow near salt water until they mature. Then it gets damaged by it. But like, you can't move your plants either. I hope that there's a mechanic, like if they don't want you moving your plants very early on, maybe make it so that I have to have like a metal shovel to move plants or something. Like actually dig them up. But I personally don't think the process... So what they were trying to do was prevent people from having all the berry bushes right at their footstep. Like wherever they decided to make a base, that's whatever. That's where people were moving the berry bushes to. And I think their plan was to make it so that you have to forage a little bit more. And I don't mind the growth period. I think punching a bush and just replanting it maybe isn't the best solution. But, like, they are an early game food source. So I don't exactly know what the best way to balance it is. But I'm pretty positive that it's not by making berries worse than all of their food sources, because they're already that way. They didn't bump up their nutrition either. I feel like there should be a chance of the bush breaking or something like that. And then you can have a guaranteed chance, depending on, or like a guaranteed grab the plant with maybe higher tools, like higher tier of tools or something. Like if you punch the plant, it's a whatever 70% chance it's gonna break. You can take a cutting of it, which will take a long time to grow, but it's a safe way of getting your plant. And then it's like you get to, like, I don't know, iron tier and use a shovel. And it's like, okay, now you have like a 90% chance of it breaking, and it steals 100% or something. Alright, dude, let's do this battle again. This time I'm winning. I should have probably dropped my pack before I got all ambitious here. But he'll have a good shield for me if I can take him out. I just gotta be careful, because if I do an attack and he swings at the same time, that's bad for me. Okay, that does good damage. We're just gonna do a good old Dark Souls tactic. Get behind enemy and do attack. Works pretty much flawlessly. Oh, I missed. Oh, that's gonna kill me. Maybe not. I'm very low though. Okay, one more hit and he's done. Just gotta block whatever attacks he throws. I'll wait for like a 3-hitter, because he doesn't do 4. There we go. Bandit Lieutenant. He's got iron spikes, a travel ration. I am healing very, very, very slowly. Iron mace, round shield, nice. Satchel, open it up. That's mine, I think, because I dropped it for the battle. Mace does 22 damage. I would rather use the mace than the sword. It weighs 5 instead of 4. I don't need this machete. Wonder if iron spikes plus something like cloth does anything. No. Okay, I just need to slowly heal now, but I am now the new guy. I got a shield out of that. Armor overhaul, curious where they're going with it. I saw something like that too. I don't know how overhaul it's gonna be. I didn't read anything, but I did see a pop-up of like, look at the 50 new sets of armor we're putting in the game. I don't know if it's 50, but it was supposed to be a lot from what I looked at. There's a big screenshot with like tons of armor racks showing all these new armor sets. So I'm definitely interested in that. This is clipping through the ground a little bit. Game's been out for 7 years. Maybe want to get that fixed. Ooh, more bandits. But what's at the top of all this? That's the real question. Also, do I have to re-equip my shield? Yes, I do. Dang, okay. Then here's what we're gonna do. We gotta do this real quick. Shield. You need to go to that, and then bow. You need to go to that, I guess. I don't ever just drink from my water pouch. I probably should. Assigned a quick slot. So when I do... Oof. Am I really that heavy because the shield is put away? I am. Wow. I think if the shield is out, it doesn't weigh as much. I can move a little bit. Alright, so now we've got bow on this spot. I don't move, though. How do I... It's X, right? Yeah. Where you going, dude? Oh, I don't have the mace anymore. Right, my sword's on this slot. That's fine. Your attacks do nothing. Come on. Okay, I really want the mace. This guy's gonna come over here, though. There we go. Hey, guy. Look at this fancy shield I got from the lieutenant. Doesn't it fit me well? Oh my god, that's a big swing. Was not expecting that to be that slow. Okay, that worked out. So far, it's just concept art for the armor? Ah, okay. There's my bag. I haven't really looked at it, but it's cool. I want them, having done the ocean challenge, I want new sources of cloth. I want, no, hang on. I probably don't need some of this stuff. I want new sources of cloth. I want, the rivers for sure, because they've been working towards that for a while from the sounds of it. And, I feel like I want changes to the berry system again, but not as like a major update thing. I just hope that they do it eventually. New armor would be cool though. Honestly, what I really want though, out of everything, I want class system update again. Like I want like tailors to be, you know, better than they are now. I want new classes. Stuff that's a little bit more interactive with the game. Like by now, we should probably have like a blacksmith that has some abilities. We should have like a farmer or something. I would love to see more classes. I am very slow. It's just gonna get me scrap iron. Ooh, I got a gravel beetle, actually. That's nice. That makes tea. Yes, you make beetle tea. I am so overweight. Placed in a pressure plate. So these are just incendiary charges. Great. I don't have... I don't think I want the tripwire trap. Okay, so can I, hey, not have these? I can't do anything with that. That gives me metal scrap. I don't know what that gives me. Metal scrap gives me metal scrap. Great. Awesome. Okay, I learned how to make iron spikes. Is that lighter than metal scrap? 1 pound for 5 of them, or 0.8, so it's the same. But these are probably worth more. Wait, how many did I make? 3? Maybe it does weigh slightly more. Dolgopas, thanks for the sub. Curse of item hoarding. Yeah, this game is not item hoarding friendly whatsoever. But I'm like exploring this mountain I don't want this, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Drop. I want to move that to the satchel. I want my character to be light. Whoops. Move to bag. If my bag is heavy, like it is now, I can't really move, but that's fine. I can drop it, and then I can move. I want to explore what's on top of this mountain. That's the main thing. It's being guarded by bandits. There's obviously a top to it. I might have to get back to the town and sell some stuff. We got crystals, okay. Mana stone's good to have. What are you? Oh, hi. Didn't even see you. We're just gonna, provided it doesn't drain my stamina. Ooh, okay, I blocked that. This is winnable. It's guarding something up here. I kind of need to learn how to fight this thing. It's made of rock. I'm hoping that the mace is doing more damage than a sword would. Somebody's doing stuff I want to read, but kind of can't. I'm sorry. How are you blocking? Bad game. Okay, I need to get stamina back. I think Sleepy's leaving. See ya, Sleepy. Thanks for stopping by. Combat. It's gonna take a long time to do. Okay, I would very much like to back away from this thing. Rusted sword. Did it say strange rusted sword? My only real hope is for me to not have to deal with this thing right now, like to get away from its attacks. I need my stamina. Really bad. Apparently I'm hungry too, which would make sense, I guess. I doubt arrows would work at all. This shield's gonna break at this rate. Okay, stamina's back. Looking better now. Ooh, okay. The shield blocks really fast. I don't want to be blocking as much. I want to try to get sneaky hits in on it. And kind of get behind it. Ah, that hit me? Really? Overswing. Gotta love it. That hit? What do you mean that hit? No. There's no way I got hit. I pressed dodge. Well, it's gonna follow me down where my bag is at, probably. I'm going in this way. Screw it. Going in this way. Screw it. I need to sleep anyway. Bedroll. Bedroll, bedroll. Deploy. Hey, dude, mind if I just sleep in front of your skull candles? That seems like a good idea to me. I should be safe in here, right? These guys will keep me safe. Ambush 90%! And then I'll be thirsty. What kind of guard are you? I am thirsty. Well, I'm running low on water, too. Didn't exactly find a source of water. I can't even pull out my lantern for this.
How can I help you?
Markers, Wisdom of the Blue Chamber's ancestors, and the troglodytes. Yes. Uh-huh. Oh, I can't put the shield away. Because then I don't move, basically. Shield weighs 5 pounds. What if we move you to bag, move you to pocket? Still not gonna work very well. And at least I can, like, kind of move. Because the shield's in the pocket. Drop raw meat. Predator bones. Drop the iron spikes. I know how to make those now. Just gonna eat that. I probably need the food anyway. Okay, I can move, kinda. Follow the markers, they say. Well, I'm assuming that's the lit lanterns. Or maybe it's the flags. This way, I guess. Probably still this way, I'm guessing. Ow, really? Ow. Oh, he missed? Okay. He didn't miss that time. Really? Come on. I was blocking. The mace swing's that slow that I can't get an attack in on a guy. Really? Bandages. Well, yeah, I probably want those, I guess. Man. I don't think I deserved that. This mace is a bit slow for me. Oh, hi. You're back. Oh my god, why are you full health? Can I just not? Can I just not? You're full health, you shouldn't be. Can you, like, get out of that area so that I can hit you once? I'm never gonna be able to punish you for that. Okay, finally. There we go. Armored troglodyte doesn't have anything. Ooh, turnip. That's not porridge. Pottage? Okay. Neat, I guess. Alchemy for that. I mean, like, that stuff's cool, but, like, not really useful to me, I guess. So, not that way? This way, maybe? Trying to follow the signs that aren't here. Am I getting in combat again? I'm gonna guess then it's this way. Maybe down? I don't see anything that signifies this is the path. Mace does great damage to him because he's not armored. There we go. Pickaxe, small sapphire. We're taking that one. I can carry 0.1 pounds of something, I'm sure. Rainbow trout. Are you magic? I think you're magic. Ooh. Okay, there's more than one of you. Got it. One of you's armored. Got it. Just gonna zoom this way real quick. Smack. I put my guard down for 1 second. Oh my god, that nearly killed me. Okay, now I just gotta play this ultra safe. Oh, we got magic. Oh, magic needs to go away right now. Oh! Whoa! Hi! Oh, there's 2 of these guys. No. They're not that strong, but I can't take 3 people at once at this low of health. No. Oh, let's not. Let's very much not. I need to get them separated somehow. The camera does not turn very fast. Maybe if I lock on, it'll be turning faster, but for now... I'm badly... Oh, my armor's badly damaged. I'm also damaged, I believe. Ooh, why was there stuttering? That was weird. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, we can do this. Punish him. Punish him. That was a good hit. Oh, a little slow on that swing, but it's okay. Do it again, and then smack. Okay, wow. Oh. Okay. Not fun. We're gonna just take this so I can eat it now. Why, no, why are you doing that? I want to eat. How much longer is my healing? 30 seconds. I need my pack. Where did I drop my pack at? Just down this way, was it not? Okay, that should help. Other debuffs. Physical resistance minus 25. Confusion. Impact resistance minus 25. But only for like another minute. Okay. I was down here and I cleared this out. Okay, so Magic Guy is still around, but Pink Magic just is annoying, but doesn't exactly do anything. It's bad in groups. Good to know. Gather Star Mushroom. Can I just eat you? This restores mana. Oh, what are you? Hello. Oh, you take no damage. We're just gonna leave now. Not even engaging with that. I'd rather be down here battling this magic guy than whatever that is. Yeah, he's still here. He can't be, like, super strong, because he's... I guess he can be stronger than I think. But he got magic. He's not, like, super strong, but he's stronger than the average guy. Get rid of him. Mana Stone is worth... Oh, wow, you can just turn on and off your lantern like that. That's cool. Well, now we got a safety tunnel. I've taken care of pretty much all the things that can give me immediate problems. Oh, the magic mantis. Nope. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Oh, armored guy too? Very much no. If I'm quiet, this thing won't know where I am. Has to work that way. Has to. They're fighting each other? I'm gonna guess the Mantis wins that battle. Okay, I need, like... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, why am I zero... Why do I have no internet? What? What? Well, this isn't good. Then I guess I'm rebooting this. Give me a second.